Thank you for being here. So relax. Thank you for being here now. Take that good deep breath. Allow the air to come fully into your lungs and relax with each breath. You relax into your space and breathe. Notice yourself. Breathe. It feels good to just allow that breath to breathe you. Allow yourself to relax more and more as you come into the space. It's not so easy to move out of that mental space. But the thoughts are up front. Here, we breathe. And the body relaxes. You may have some tension in your body as you breathe in and you breathe out with a focused awareness. Your body is relaxing more and more. Well, we don't expect your body to completely relax. Of course, you would just slip away. And that's not why we came into this space today. Stay here now. Breathe. Notice your thoughts. Notice any pain in your body. As those joining into the space, as people keep coming in, we are relaxing and noticing the self. And breathe. As you come more into the space, yes, there's others. Notice yourself. It's really none of your business. Your business is to take that good deep breath and be here right now. And welcome. Welcome. Welcome to this life. Thank you. Thank you for coming here. So we notice ourselves. You may have come with an intention. If you didn't come with an intention, perhaps something will come while you're here. And if you don't have an intention, just sit back. The only thing you need to do is to be right here, right now, and notice yourself. You breathe. Naturally, gracefully, very much present, right here. Notice your thoughts. Perhaps you got a distraction a second ago in your time and space. Come back to your breath. Stay. Breathe. All the whistles and the bells in the background is just the arising in the present moment. Frequencies are always here, right now. That's what you are. That's your true essence. Right here, relax the stomach, relax into your space, breathe. It's okay if you're fidgeting around. Just notice that. Notice anything. Maybe you have some anger. Maybe you came into this space and you're not feeling very well. Notice. We just ask you to notice and breathe. Stay. And so while we do this, you'll notice that you are more relaxed. There's parts of you that are not perhaps the physical, but the other parts that didn't feel so relaxed are relaxing right now. Breathe. And you're doing really good. We asked you to stay. You asked yourself to stay. I stay this time. I'll stay this time. I'll stay this time in this lifetime. I will stay right here, right now. Notice your stomach. Notice your navel area, that area that connected you to your mother when you came into this realm. Breathe. Notice anything that's coming up. And focus on your intention. If you don't have an intention, that's okay. Allow what's taking place today. Allowing patience. Same thing. So we're staying this time. All those lifetimes you wanted to stay. Here you are. Stay, breathe, notice yourself. Perhaps there's things coming up that you weren't aware of, that it's lovely. Trust yourself. We get the mind out of the way, we can get to business. What's your business? Your breath. Good. Oh. Breathe. If you feel you would like to hum along with the frequencies, you can do that too. This is your space. If you feel like you need to move some of the frequencies to particular areas of your body, do that too. Bodies. Perhaps you're experiencing something brand new lately. So do that. We'll put the star on top of the star of the Christmas tree. No one ever thought of that. Let's crown our star this year. Breathe. Oh, la, wee, ooh, ooh, ah, wee, ah, wee, wee. Ah, aha. There I am. There I am again and again. Breathe, breathe. Bring your focus to the underneath the Christmas tree. Hey, maybe you don't have a Christmas tree. That's okay. Most of you did it before we snapped the finger. You're a little girl, little boy laying underneath the Christmas tree waiting for that grand day to come, and you get to open your presents. Remember? So let's just bring those children into this space, shall we? You don't need your adult body right now, and besides, it's not doing any good. And if it is, good for you. So here we are, children. Just get underneath the Christmas tree. They told you Santa came through the chimney. Breathe. But what they really were meant to say to you is that Santa came up the roots of the tree. How did he do it? It was magical. As magical as coming through a chimney. Breathe. And there were magical elves that came up with him, magical beings. Didn't quite have the form that they will showed you in your storybooks. It was different. Breathe. You notice here under the tree. Here they come. You always knew it was in the presents. They had to wrap them. They had to make sure that you couldn't possibly know what was in that gift. It's a surprise. Well, we wait for this, okay? We'll have some fun. And you're just sitting there breathing in your mind, say in. You breathe out, say out when you breathe out. Relax your body. Because this is where the journey begins. We move the mind out of the way. Thoughts aren't so strong. And we just magically use our breath as we just relax into our space and blink our third eye. You have an eye right there, the brow of your nose, those who are new to this space. blink your eyes, blink your two eyes, close your eyes again if you need to. One blink, and we're off to see the wizard. Who's the wizard? You. Stop pretending and breathe. There's nothing new here. Stop pretending who you are. And those of you who already have been in this space many times have a special magical place that we go to, your own realm. It may not exist until you actually make it up right now. So children, this is what we do. We make it up. Use your imagination. You're not visual. Breathe. It'll happen. The worst that could happen is you just relax. Oh, that's awful. It's full of awe. Switch it. Let's switch it. Awful. This is an awful experience. Relax the stomach after the belly laughter and breathe. And let's journey. Right here, right now, in this present moment. Notice yourself. Breathe. Oh, you're in your magical space. And wherever that so happens to be, just make it up. Let's go beyond the beyond. And so many of you may use this space for complete silence. And so you're there now too. Not everyone that's living is in this space. Breathe. Why are we so scared of death? It's right here, right now. Why are you so scared of life? It's right here, right now. Oh, we're slipping behind the scenes of ordinary reality, and you're in your magical space. If it's the void, that's fine. Enjoy. Let's go. Say it's a magical forest. Say it's the ocean. Say it's the desert or inside of a light socket or a painting. You can go small. You don't have to go large. Breathe. And you'll notice as you're in more into this present moment, we're actually not going anywhere. That's why it's a stillness session. The human has been moving. So we bring the human into the session, and then we become still. And then when we become still, we can enter these realms that the human has limited themselves with staying within the mind and the matrix of thoughts and emotions and their misery of being stuck. We're not stuck here. You notice yourself, notice yourself. Stop pretending to be any less than the creator that you are. And say you don't create. Good, that's fine. That's not what you're doing right now. That's all. You're not doing anything right now in your life. That's what you're doing. The not doing. That's what we're doing here. The being. Let's go opposite. This is awful. Upside down on the head. How does Santa get into that chimney? How does this great big man get down a little teeny area of like that and land down to a dirty, dusty, dark place? And voila, he's all pristine and looks all neat. Before he snapped his fingers, it was gone. Children know that. Santa got all cleaned out to get landed down from the chimney. We know how he did it. Okay. You're in your spot. We're distracting you with your breath. We distract the human with its breath. Oh, it's so hard to just stay. Stay, breathe. In, out. It's nice. This is nice. It's nice and quiet. Notice the silence. Notice this voice hasn't stopped, but it hasn't become any noisier. It's still quiet. Wherever you are in your special place, just sink below the floor, the ground there. So you're dancing around and you're in a cloud. Sink down. Allow yourself to go down. You're safe. There's no fear. In the psyche of mankind, they fear the ground, the dark. Dark. Something underneath the ground. It's not safe there. Only dead people go there. Nope. We're here right now as you keep allowing yourself to sink lower. Breathe. Use your breath. And every breath you take, allow yourself to sink into your space. Perhaps some of you may be seeing things visually, sensing things around you, wording things, don't mind you get these through the frequency of the words is what matters here. Breathe. How can I be not doing what I'm doing, but I'm not doing, and I'm being, and I'm breathing, but I haven't gone anywhere, but we're traveling right now. Welcome to the land of the confusion. They call it the land of the living. Your shamans call it the land of the living. This is the land of confusion. Why? Well, listen, look at the space right now. It's kind of confusing, but you notice, oh, you're doing so good at breathing. And you'll notice that it's actually quite simple. It's not confusing at all once you understand. Sinking. Perhaps you've landed somewhere. There's spaces under your ground that your scientists cannot get to, but you're at right now. Breathe. Nothing for the mind, but just maybe a little bit. Remember, the land of confusion, land of paradox, land of doesn't really what? Oh, giant vistas where mushrooms in your forests become mountains. Breathe. Some of you know these places as crystal realms. Well, we're here right now. Remember, be here now. We're here right now. You didn't have to take an elevator down or up, around. Just a 45-degree angle on the sacred geometrical wheel. And you do it by breathing, staying. The mind gets a little quiet, curious, but quiet. Say you're one of those in the group that has a lot of mind chatter. Just imagine taking your head off. Just take it off and put it right next to you. Literally, take your hands and just make believe. Remember, we're children here. We like to play. Take it off and put it, and then notice you have no head on your body. And there's a little bone sticking up from where your head was, like the cartoons. Breathe. We don't need your head. We love you, brain. We love you, mind. We don't need you in the space. And then when you find that we don't need you, things will start coming together for you. Oh, phew. That took a lot, something, whew, thank goodness. Relax more with that. Okay, I don't need to do anything here. Breathe. Oh, and we're just sinking and sensing and sinking. And besides, this is a very similar to the sensation of when you physically leave your body, by the way, folks. Sinking sensation continues into the very last sense shuts off. And you're not so much in this realm physically, and you're sinking. And some of you may have already gone past these bitty big crystals. They're gigantic. They're huge. It's like a mountain that you can't see the top. Eons of time, not miles, kilometers. No, time, eons. That's how tall. You're small here. When you look up at your stars at night, when you stargaze, you're looking up into your scientists call a helix. Your poets knew it. Your shamans knew it. They drew the maps, but no one cared to look. It's too far beyond the mind. It doesn't make any sense. Breathe. You're protected. Notice your aspects and facets. Notice extensions. Spirit guides, you call. Guardians. Some of them are crosses between everything of nature, and they don't look anything like you expect them to look like. They could just be a sensation beyond feelings. Feelings are byproducts of the mind. Your mind can't figure something out, or your mind gets a grasp of it, and it causes an emotion, and it makes you feel. Breathe. Stay. No, you're too gone beyond. You're too mature in this lifetime. Stop playing any less. You've sat enough in all those other lifetimes. We whacked you enough with the discipline stick. So stop. All you need is to come here for now. Some of you won't be joining this space. At some point in the future, you won't need to be here in your time and space. Notice yourself going, what's going to happen next? Breathe. Notice your anticipation for what you call the next moment. Notice that. Notice your agenda today after you get out of the space. Notice what the mind's trying to bring you to. If it's not such a pool, that's okay. Keep breathing. You, person next to you, perhaps you're in your past right now, pulling guilt, shame. Maybe it's happy. Maybe it's something of higher frequency. Breathe. Higher, lower, better than, no. Yeah. And yeah, all of the above or below. Breathe in, breathe out. You might notice at this point where you don't need to do that anymore and you are just in your place. And this voice is a distant voice and you're just hearing some kind of echo. Time is just a distant echo. Perhaps you may have gotten stuck within a crystal in the all of this place. So keep sinking deeper. Don't stop for the show. Breathe. This is a perfect space to allow yourself to notice that which you've been afraid, not willing, not ready to look at, to be with, to embrace. Things coming up right now. You're safe. The time's come. It's not clearing. We've moved past that. We've moved past it. So you move past it. Go beyond. We always stopped at the crystals. Oh, those crystals. Those majestic, breathe, majestic crystals. They'll keep me safe. breathe. Oh. Notice that which you're not done with. If you were done with everything completely, you would have left your physical body already, and you wouldn't be in the space. Well, you'd be in the space from the back end. So we'll take the back end. And if you look behind you, breathe, that which we used to drop ourselves down into for safety, you call the crystal realms? Oh, there's many. Your brain cannot even, that's why we had to move it out of the way. There's no way. The fear, it would question how big this place is, where it ends, what's the parameter, what's the parameter? Is there any boundaries to this place? All of that. If you notice right here, breathe into your heart space. That's behind you. On the other side, this is different. We weren't allowed. We didn't allow ourselves. You didn't allow yourself to be on that other side. It wasn't safe. It wasn't safe. But now it's safe. Remember, not too long ago in your linear time and space, you were moving up to a time that would become to a time on this planet there would be a big change, and you knew it was going to happen, but you didn't really believe it because this is at the same time when you're letting go of all your beliefs. So breathe. So how do you expect, this is the land of confusion. How do you expect to believe that when I let go of my beliefs? I am that. I am equals the nothingness. Are we going to feel safe when we go beyond the parameter? Are we going to feel safe if we go beyond the boundaries in which we set for ourselves? Breathe into your heart space. You're doing so well. Gigantic being, you're huge. And it's not all just light. Remember, we didn't just say you're a gigantic being of light. Well, yes and no. You're also a gigantic being of dark. You're also a gigantic being of nothingness. You're also nothing at all. Listen, anytime you need to get up and go to the bathroom, do so. If you haven't already, that's fine. Need to drink some water right now, do so. If you need to stretch, your brain waves have been lowered down. So you're what you would call the trance state. So be careful in the space. If you get up, you don't want to fall. Or get up and dance. Many of you like to dance while you're in the trance. You move the bodies coming along, the brain, the ego is coming along, your breath is coming along. You'll be able to breathe in the spirit world when you're all said and done with this. You'll have new lungs you get to take with you when you die. No worries. When your breath stops, there's no final breath. There's no final breath. You notice the breath is spirit, and there's no beginning or ending to you. So why would you sell yourself anything different? There's no last breath, and you're safe. So treat yourself. Instead of going at the same old mental game every day, grinding, listening to your mind, and then trying to not listen to the mind, and then making yourself feel terrible because you can't get out of the mind. And so here in the space, you notice it's lighter because that effort is behind us. Whew. Thank goodness. Thank you, Muriel. Thanks, guys. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Thank me. Thank me. I love myself. Do you love yourself? I love myself. Wait, no, there's a part of there I not so much breathe. But I love that I notice that I don't. And so I'm okay with that. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with myself right now. I have some pain. Oh, there it is. Pain. Oh, I have murderous rage. Oh, there it is. Murderous rage. Oh, I love the children of this world. They're so beautiful. Oh, love. Yeah, there it is. Boredom. Am I out of here yet? Is this life over yet? Boredom. Breathe. Stay. This is why you had masters in other lifetimes. Students of their own domain. The master left the room. Now what do we do? Oh, if you leave children on their own, they can figure it out. Probably figure it out a lot better than you'd figure it out if there are any adults in the room bringing their brain into the picture. Breathe. We love the brain. Solves problems when I have problems until the problems aren't necessarily what I perceive them to be any longer. And so the brain doesn't have to work so much. And I love myself, and I will gracefully move into this change that's happening, regardless if I stay in this body or if I leave this lifetime. I'm not going away from myself because wherever I go, there I am. Oh, but I don't like myself. Oh, you stay long enough with the dislike. We guaranteed you 100% or your money back. It's guaranteed 100% that you will come home to yourself. Either it happens before the snap or at a billion Maricopas from now, which is very long eons of time and space. So be it, and so it is. You see? So stop getting so down on yourself. I'll never get it. I can't get it. Get what? You're not getting anything. You're right here, right now, with your breath. Boring, isn't it? Is this it? No wonder people remain busy out there in the world. No wonder. No wonder they just keep themselves doing things. That's it. That's what it comes down to. And then when you get there, you go back to life. And what you'd say this expression that sky's the limit, right? The world's your oyster. You have all these expressions for this. It is because you created it. And you're sitting over there in your corner going, get me out, get me out, get me out. Or you're going, I am that I am great. You see all these experiences to the degreeeth. The degreeeth. Yeah, that's there's no number there. I will torture myself until I wake up. I will torture myself to the max because I want that for my experience. And after I'm done, I will look back and go, why did I ever choose that for an experience? Breathe. I will stay. I will stay. There's no more clearing. You talk about your Atlantean times. Your times are coming up now again. No, they're not. It's new. This is what's getting more than half of you, not the number of people here. It's getting more than half of the kingdom within. The newness. It's not comfortable, kind of like when you get a new pair of shoes. You have to wear them in a little bit. So why don't you breathe, relax, take it easy. If pain comes up, allow it to come up. It's not going to kill you. Because those in the space right now, you're not really going anywhere, although you feel like you are. There's one or two people in particular listening right now, uh, that there's a couple arguments coming up with your aspects. We could see it. Breathe. Notice yourself. Notice that. It's just noticing. I don't know why everybody's trying to reach enlightenment. It's just a noticing. You've already done it. Here you are, magical creator gods, beautiful beings. Lovely. Moving into completion. Full circle round. Without having to get another body. Breathe. So we're building upon, we're on the outside of the walls. On the other side. It's new. It's clean, clear. There's nothing here because it's waiting for you to wear those shoes a little bit more. Get comfortable. And you could come back to the space, say, it's nighttime for you right now, and you can go to sleep. You don't have to come so much out, and you can lay down into your bed or your hammock and slip away into the space. You can come back here at any time without listening to anything. You do not need any device, technology. The only technology you need is from the kingdom within. This is a technology. It's new. It's not scientific, but it's a technology nonetheless. We had technologies before we paved the planet and before we set up the telephone poles. We had technologies that are ancient, and we knew that. That was the Atlantean times. Keep breathing. Nothing like you'd see now. Your scientists would disbelieve it and they'd laugh at us. But just notice yourself in the space. You're not proving anything. There's nothing to have to take and prove and leave and go and try to give documents of where you've been today and here in this moment now. Those listening later, it's still the very same moment. Well, it's a little bit different, but you remember paradox, confusion, the land, this realm has a little different shape to it. The moment's now the moment. But you notice it shifted quite a bit since we started this. At that other present moment. There's been many present moments, beginning and ending, as we're still in the present moment. Keep breathing. This is what confused the mind. So we move the mind out of the way, we'll understand the human being, and we'll understand what it is to be human, and we'll understand how to navigate in this realm. Your pain will switch. Your physical, emotional, mental anguish switches. when you start having those aha moments that don't come with the brain. And this is what happens. All when you're ready. Yeah, bring the frequencies in too fast because you don't want to interrupt systems because it will make your brain go crazy. There's been known, keep breathing. People will go crazy for a little bit. Doesn't mean you'll end up in a realm of crazy for eternity. No, remember, that's the old Christian beliefs and other beliefs that you're doomed if you don't get it right. And remember, we're not letting anything go because we've already done the clearing. Muriel's in the background going, "What are you talking about? I do clearing every day when I work on people." No, it's changed. It's switched. We are now offering up into this space we're at right now beyond the other side of the wall. We're offering up as creator gods to create, regardless if you want to just sit in the void for a while to get some rest while you continue on with your journey through eternity. It's really that simple. And you're doing wonderful. So take 3 good deep breaths into your heart space. Focused awareness. Full breaths. Oh. Be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Because there's nobody there to stop you from beating yourself up. There's nobody coming into your kingdom within and saying, "Hey, you, you've really been down on yourself or trying too hard or efforting, trying to let go." That letting go, clearing, oh, paranoia. This comes from the mind. Okay, if I do something right, then I won't have so many mind thoughts, so I won't be so possessed with my mind, and then I can get on with this. Keep breathing. Just notice it. That's all we ask of you. It's a highly suggested thing to do. Just notice yourself. Because by noticing yourself, you're bringing awareness. And through awareness, the light come in more and more. You don't want to let that light in. Breathe too fast. That's why we say, be gentle. Don't try to be this pristine, clean saint. And also at the same time, stop selling yourself short that you're just living in this realm and it's kind of not that great. And we're talking to Muriel too. We're not going to leave anybody out here. This place isn't that great. If I had my choice, humans, they just need to just leave. There's too many of them that you know, cooking up this place with their energies and kind of making havoc. I can't take it. This is the human, right? We're in this space and you just notice yourself, that doesn't even in this space. None of that really exists. It's kind of really far away. All of the traumas and dramas of today. Stay, breathe. Some of you might have, well, what's the point of all this then? In the end of this whole thing, what's the point? Some of you may have already come to that, and it's not a conclusion. Remember, you're an eternal being on your way out the door to eternity. Well, what's the rush then? The last time we checked, there is no such thing as this movement that's solid. Notice we didn't say, we changed the words and pause for a reason. There's no such thing as time. Of course, there's no such thing as time, but it's topsy-turvy. It's not anything of what you perceive to be. It's moving through you. That's why you all have a different perception of time, space, and this present moment. Breathe. You look back right now, almost an hour has passed, and you'll notice that you, by staying, it freed up a whole bunch of trying to figure out. Like the trying to figure out is going to have you come to the conclusion of yourself, and you'll reach this thing called enlightenment. When we tell you now, as you notice yourself, do you notice that it's right there? Oh, way out. Hey, if you could, straighten yourself up on your body. If you're laying down, that's okay. You can remain laying down and get up when you're ready. Just stretch out your body. Stretch out your arms. Stretch out your legs. Do it with you and your toes. Move your fingers around. You know, shake it off. You can open your eyes or keep them closed and stay in the space for as long as you need it to. Just remember, don't jump into your car and start driving right away. You want to ground yourself for at least 10 minutes. You're going to drink plenty of water. We move lots of toxins. As long as you're in this body, you're going to need to do that. So you're going to need to exercise and you're going to need to drink water. If you like your beverages sweet, make sure you drink more water than you do that. So you're just moving that out so you don't have to have any issues. Food becomes poison if you do not move your body. Remember that. Come back into your space, out into your physical space if you can. Okay. And thank you for joining. One gift we have for you here is breathe. Notice the love that you have for yourself. You can hear the arguments coming up from a few of you. Remember the tango you have with all of who you are. What we see, each and every one of you, regardless if a few of you can argue this, sit with that. Each and every one of you. Notice that love. And also notice that we're not ending this saying, we love each and every one of you. No. We love each and every one of you. But notice that that's not said. And there's a reason why. You'll find all of it is wrapped up with noticing the love that you have for yourself. Namaste.